What is going on, everybody? Mr. Ladd over here, and I want to talk for a few moments. Hopefully, I keep it at a few minutes of an experience that I had today at the very beginning of my day. So, last weekend, my wife and I, we went out to Louisiana, had a great time out there, enjoyed time with friends and all that stuff. And we went out there, and the day before I went to Louisiana, I had a client that I was seeing for the very first time. His wife drives a Tesla Model 3, pretty much brand new. She's only had it for a few months, so yeah, brand new. And I went there and just did my maintenance detail on the vehicle. We got it set up on a maintenance plan where I see it about every 4 to 6 weeks, depending on the weather, as well as how often she drives, because now she is just newly retired. And so when I went there last week before we went out of town, he came out while I was detailing the vehicle, said, "Hey, that's my truck over there. It's a work vehicle. I'm a police officer, and I use it for police officer works." It's an unmarked vehicle, and he's not an actual patrol officer. He just works in the office, and so he's one of the higher ups there. And so I believe he gets a vehicle. He says that the station gives him about a certain amount of money every year for credit for maintenance, upkeep on the vehicle, whatnot, and he hasn't used any of it, and he'd like to get the car detailed. I mentioned my price. He had no problem with that. Of course, it's not his money, right? There's never a problem with that. Long story short, we go out to Louisiana, have a great time, wonderful, yada, 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 whatever. Come back, and I confirm with my client the appointment. And today I was confirming because I'm going to see him tomorrow. I did the 24-hour follow-up like most doctors' offices do. Send a quick little text message. Say, "Hey, look, just confirming our appointment for tomorrow. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow." So he called me pretty much right afterwards. He was very prompt with the phone call, which I appreciate. Have clients that respect your time, right? And he said, "Hey, so, this week I was talking to one of the other people at the station, and they mentioned that when the people who do the accounting see stuff like that, that there can be a little bit of an issue, and the objective is to stay off the radar. They get $1,000 allowance, and it's better to not use it at all." I mean, of course, I get it. It should be emergencies, and I guess not everyone sees detailing as an emergency, right? Right. So basically he said, and he wasn't saying anything. That's pretty much all he said. And the next thing he said was, "I don't know." To which I already knew where he was coming at. Either A, he was trying to cancel the appointment, or B, two, he's trying to get me to lower my price for the appointment. Now, he's a nice guy. I already met him once. I already did one of his vehicles at full price, and there was no concern, no complaints. I did a great job. He even said it multiple times. "You did such a great job," whatever. We're not talking about like a $300 detail here. We're talking more about around the $100 line here, my maintenance package. And so I already knew that he was going in that direction. And so I want you to ask yourself, don't answer or don't think about what you would want to do. Think about what you would naturally do. What is your natural course of action? What is your natural response to a situation like this? Do you respond with, "Okay, that's fine, not a problem at all, whatever, not a big deal, we move on"? Do you respond with, "Well, that's kind of messed up, you wouldn't let me know, you wait till the day before to let me know"? Or would you respond with, "Not a problem, how much is appropriate"? See, if you answer any of those three, you're a normal human being. But really, the first response, I believe, is the first one that I said, right? I don't know. The first response is going to be the appropriate one, at least in my opinion. "Not a problem. Thank you so much." Why is that the appropriate response? The only time that response can be better is saying, "Well, I do require, if it's within 24 hours, I do require a cancellation fee because that does now put a hit to my schedule." My position, I don't need to do that unless it's a large detail that takes up the whole day. That would have taken me about an hour and some change because the larger vehicle. It didn't really put much of a damper in my day because I still have the whole rest of the day with appointments lined and booked up here. So I didn't respond with, "Okay, well, I require a 25, 30% fee, whatever." I just say, "Not a problem. I'll see you in about a month when we take care of your other vehicle," right? And why is it that that's the right response? Because the second response is a response that lashes out of insecurity. It's a lash out like, well, how dare you? How come you haven't let me know? Yes, there's an error of confidence, but it's more arrogant than confident. And even though as business owners, we have to have a tad bit of arrogance, that's pride in our business, right? We put our time and effort. That's how we pay our bills. That's how we buy our groceries. That's how we pay rent. I understand that. And the third response is a response, also out of self-consciousness a bit. It's a self-consciousness of, well, I need money desperately. No matter what, I've got to work. If I don't work today, I can't pay the bills. And what happens is you lose immediate control of the situation. And how you lose control of the situation in the second scenario is the fact that now you lose control of your image to that individual. Now, of course, there's some times where it really doesn't matter. But remember, your integrity, your image is extremely important in this industry that's so diluted down by car washes that don't even show up on time. See, this guy was maybe he wasn't hoping I would lower my price, but he was expecting me to respond, which is why he didn't go ahead and say, so we need to cancel or so this. He was expecting me to set the parameters here, and he was going to respect my parameters, thankfully, because he respects me. We've had a conversation before. I've met him before, and I showed that I run my business as a business of integrity. And so he was hoping that I would set the parameters, which is exactly what I did. I said, sir, that is not a problem at all. As you know, I charge what I charge for a specific reason. I have to keep my bottom line well here. So with that being the case, if you need to take the truck to a car wash, if you need to do it yourself, I completely understand. I'll see you in about a month when we take care of the other vehicle. And his response was, oh, thank you for understanding. Like he didn't know how to come across without being horrible. He didn't want to be the bad guy. Am I upset? Slightly, yeah. I mean, that's an open spot now, but I can fill it up. That's not a problem at all. I could fill that slot up. It's going to be on a Friday. I mean, that's the easiest day to fill up here. And so that's not going to be a problem. I'm booked up 2 weeks out anyway. I can move a future client to tomorrow if I wanted to. I can just go ahead and wake up late if I want to, and my numbers are still going to be solid. So I want you guys, as the Mr. Ladd community, I want you to start thinking this. How do I respond when uncertainty comes up in my business? The moment the waves start rippling and there's a bit of uncertainty, and now the boat of my business that I'm sitting in, the moment it begins to rock back and forth, and now I'm being kind of pushed. And how do you respond? How do you respond when your business is now taking a little bit of hit? A $50 hit, a $100 hit, $150, a $500 hit. How do you respond in those moments? Are you secure? Are you secure in your business? Is your business secure within itself? Is it at a point where it can sustain itself throughout a cancellation of an appointment? After all, this is one of the reasons why we need to charge more as detailers. So in the moments of uncertainty, in the moments where something like this arises up, now I've got a cushion. I've got a cushion where I pay myself. I write myself a check every single week. I'm on W-2 or whatever. So I pay myself. My salary is good. All my bills are paid. Everything is well. How do you respond? I want you to really think about that. And if you're the kind of person that responds, whether it's lashing out or immediately compromises, you need to reevaluate yourself. Because here's the thing. If you're charging $50 for an appointment, you're still going to have the people like this who say, well, no matter what level you're at, someone is always going to try to negate your prices or negotiate your prices. No matter what, you could charge $25 and someone will have 4 cars and say, well, can you do it instead of $25 a car? Do it for $20 a car. You're always going to have that person. I'm not against the car wash industry. I think the car wash industry is extremely valid, especially with our economy. I'm not in that industry. I don't gravitate towards that industry. I don't plan on being in that industry. But with that being the case, I still want to make sure that I hold my integrity. I want to make sure that my business stands firm. I want to make sure that no matter what, I am able to keep a good composition, good composure. When someone addresses me in a form of negotiating my prices, I stick out my hand and shake their hand when it's not quarantine time or we're not being, wearing masks and doing social distancing. Thank you so much. I appreciate your interest in my company. As a matter of fact, we're always looking to take on new clients, but unfortunately, we cater towards a different type of clientele. Unfortunately, we don't provide that type of service. We don't provide a car wash service. You don't have to say I'm not a car wash. You can say we as a company do not provide a car washing service. If you would like, there's tons of car washes around you. You're more than welcome to go check one of them out, or I can refer you to one. Of course, I never have referred one, but I now this is turning on to a ramble in the right here, so I'm just going to shut it down right here. Know who you are, know your company, know your business, know who you're marketing to, and when someone doesn't fit your criteria, you need to go ahead and automatically know that that's not the person for them. Yesterday, I had a person reach out to me, and they said, how much for a detail inside and out? Of course, any of you who have been in the industry for very long or not very long know that that is one of our biggest pet peeves as detailers. A car wash, that's not an issue. You don't have a problem with that question because it's pretty standard. 25, 30, 35, 40 bucks or whatever, you're going to get a wash and a vacuum and light wipe down on the dash. That's pretty standard, that's fine because that's the language of that industry. But in the detailing industry, it's much different. So my response was, well, I'm sorry, detailing can be a very vague word. Can you tell me what specifically you are looking for? Reason why is I'm trying to set the parameters here. I want you to know exactly what you're talking about so I can exactly address what you're looking for. I have packages. I have 3 different packages that kind of address most needs, and we can go from there depending on what you're looking for. To her response was just a detailing inside and out. Well, that got us no farther in the question, that did not evolve anything. And I simply said, okay, I understand. I'm just going to send you over our 3 different packages, and you can go ahead and let me know which one you would like from there, and we can address as accordingly or whatever. And so I sent her my 3 different packages, and the 3 different prices, my lowest price being $100. And so her response was, thank you so much for the prices. Is there anything cheaper? I'm just looking for a detailing inside and out. She's not helping me out here, And so, it's one of those pet peeves. And so a lot of people would say, well, I charge $100. Maybe I could charge $50 and just do such and such. I said, ma'am, thank you so much. Unfortunately, I don't offer the services that it seems like you're looking for. I do appreciate you reaching out, though. A lot of people would be upset about that because they want that client. But when you're booked up 2 weeks in advance, you really don't care. So that's not a moment of bragging. It's a moment to say, establish yourself, uphold your integrity, keep firm in your pricing and in your structure. And as time goes on, as you market, as you put in the effort, the ball is rolling. Momentum is starting and momentum is continuing, okay? Now I'm rambling. Guys, thank you so much. Mr. Lad here signing out. Thank you all for your love and support. Click the notification bell, subscription button, all that stuff. Wax the like button for the YouTube algorithm, the almighty algorithm. It must be waxed. It must be assessed. Ceramic coat that like button. I'm stupid. Love you guys. Bye.